Insiders. Today we're going to go over the packing list that I sent out probably about a week ago now. I know most of it should be self-explanatory, but I wanted to go over each item and give you some idea of how to use them. Now, first of all, you do want some wide tip Sharpies. A black and a red is really all you need. Red to mark boxes that hold fragile items, and black to label everything else. Also, use your black marker to mark the boxes for what room they belong in. For instance, an LR for the living room, a K for the kitchen. Don't forget to get these. Now, if you want to get a small Sharpie to write on the painter's tape when you're going to label the tote, that works too. Sometimes this will be just fine, depending on how wide the painter's tape is. Now, you're going to need, I do recommend very highly, that you buy heavy-duty packing tape. Now, yes, it's more expensive, but you truly will need it. And you don't have to use it for the tops of the boxes, but use it for the bottom of the boxes. You can buy regular strength to close the tops of boxes. Tape dispensers, they come in all shapes and sizes. This is a very handy one, but not everybody has these kinds. Here's another very old school, and we've had this one forever. This works, and these work just fine. You can get these with heavy-duty tape on them or with the regular tape. Now, I would also suggest that you have a measuring tape, at least a 10-footer. It helps to, instead of having to try 15 boxes to see if something fits in it, measure it first and then go measure your boxes. It just makes things much easier. I'd also recommend a box cutter, because sometimes the tape just screws up and you have to cut it and start over again. This is also good for opening up boxes if you have to cut something down, to use cardboard in between items, those kinds of things. Just be careful with them. Also, go ahead and grab some scissors. Sometimes if someone's using the box cutter, scissors will do just fine. Now, this is an optional item. These are fragile stickers. As I said, this works fine. I just happened to have these, and so we did use them in our recent move, but they're not necessary. I want to go over some additional supplies that oftentimes people don't think about. You're going to want to have a drill with the bits. And as my husband suggested, I tell you, make sure it's got the longer one. It's easier to get into places when you have to take tables apart and chairs apart and whatever else may have to come apart. Make sure you have at least one drill. 2 drills is even better. And you can always have the handy dandy assorted bits, because you never know if it's going to be a flathead or a Phillips head, maybe even the star kind. So anyway, make sure you have those. Now, of course, your screwdrivers, if something simple and a drill is not necessary, go ahead and use a screwdriver. It'll work just fine. Lots of furniture was put together with Allen wrenches. Now, I hope you can see these. I'll do this. This is an Allen wrench. They come in different weights, I guess you'd say, thicker and smaller. Any piece of furniture that you had to put together using these, it would have come with the furniture itself. So if you have a set of these, that's awesome, but keep your Allen wrenches handy. Quart size or even sandwich size bags are great. When you're taking those screws out, label that bag and put the screws in it, and then tape the bag to the item. That way you're not searching for this when you get into your new place and you can't put your table up because you can't find the screws. Now, I listed some items here to use for wrapping items, and many of these you understand. I just wanted to give you an example of one of them. Now, these particular plates I'm using aren't fragile, but some of them, your stoneware, china, they are going to be fragile. You can use the cheap uncoated plates, or you can go ahead and use the Dixie style plates. You're going to want to put plates in between like this. And you're also going to want to, when you put them in the box, you're going to want to have a plate on the bottom to cushion the bottom as well. I mentioned on here that you need a supplies caddy. You can use the actual caddies that lots of people put their cleaning supplies in. If you have one, great. If not, this is a refrigerator organizer or any kind of a sturdy, I would use clear if at all possible instead of a box. And I would suggest putting a glass, a solo cup, or these for your Sharpies, for your box cutter and your scissors. It's just going to help you to access those better. You won't have to be digging around in the box when it's time to use them. So we've got that. We have our measuring tape. Oh, and rubber bands. Now, you can get assorted sizes of rubber bands or the same size. If you're going to get the same size rubber band, I suggest a number 32. These are pretty universal. They're going to really come in handy. We used them for when we rolled up rugs, putting those on there. That way the rugs were much easier to handle. If you have fragile stickers, they'll fit in here. Your tape dispenser and your painter's tape will fit in here. I would suggest keeping this in a singular spot so that everyone knows where it is. Whenever they need anything, they can come back and get it. Something I forgot to mention to you is to have a toolbox. Just your standard household toolbox ready. Sometimes you're going to need a hammer to remove nails from the walls if you have to do that before moving. I hope that helps you, gives you an explanation as to why I put these things on the list. And my wonderful husband just reminded me. I put this here so I wouldn't forget, and then I did. Have a good sturdy step stool. It's going to help you to reach into high cabinets, get into those closet shelves, take pictures off the wall, those kinds of things. So if you have any questions at all about anything that is on the list or anything that I said today, please make sure that you respond to this post, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And you guys have a great day and happy moving.